Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Atlanta Influential, a series where I sit down and have conversations with Atlanta millennials with the most thrilling careers. I'm your host, Tianne Johnson, and today I'm so excited to be joined by none other than the TikTok superstar himself, Warren Abercrombie.
Warren Abercrombie is best known for his presence on TikTok, where he has a following of over 680,000 and nearly 25 million likes. Warren is an actor, comedian, writer, and director from Waco, Texas. After graduating from Baylor University with a film degree, Warren moved to Atlanta to pursue a full-time acting career. After only 3 months of living in Atlanta, Warren brought together a team of creatives that began working together to create short films around Warren's comedy. After creating 9 short films, the Abercrombie Entertainment crew developed Warren's comedy into a television series about a socially awkward college freshman who just wants to fit in.
So, okay, Warren, tell us, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm doing very good. Thank you for having me.
So glad to have you here. So, yeah, before wearing all the many hats that you're wearing now, becoming an actor, comedian, writer, director, what were you doing?
I was really just a college student making my own films. Back then I think I wanted to do like dramatic pieces or things that I've never been done before. So just kind of wasting my time, essentially not doing what I was best at. Once I started making videos and blew up on TikTok, I really fell into the comedy thing that I do. And through that, I was able to pick up a team of different creatives, and now I'm able to do wear all the different hats that I wear now, as opposed to just making singular films that don't really have anything to do with what I'm great at.
Okay, so as a kid, was this the dream then?
This is somewhat always been a dream of mine. I've always wanted to be a director. Like, I just love to tell stories by putting images together. I like to make people feel through that. So yes, it's my favorite thing to do. I've always wanted to do this, just not necessarily on the terms that I'm doing it right now, if that makes sense.
Okay. And like what other terms were you envisioning, when you were younger?
Like the whole, like I've always wanted to be like a Quentin Tarantino, or, like a household name when it comes to directing and acting as well. Those are still the dreams. Like, that's still the goal. But right now I'm doing that. Like I'm doing what a director does, but it's just not in that. It's not in the same way that I imagined it as a kid,
Yeah. But did you imagine then that you'd be as successful as you are now? I know that the dream has always been to be Tarantino level, but did you expect to achieve as much as you have already?
Thank you for saying that. I never thought the social media would be a thing for me. And so because my goals are so big, I don't see myself as successful as maybe it looks or seems, because like I know I'm meant for so much more. This isn't really big to me. But at the same time, I do have to, check myself and remind myself, like, hey, if you didn't have this, you would be wanting it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, because we see where you are now, but you're seeing the entire mountain that you want to climb, but we see where you are now, and it's big to us, and can't wait to see what else you accomplish, but I hear that so many times from creatives, entrepreneurs. Like, when I ask them that question, there's always that aspect of, oh, thank you, I want to do much more, so
Yeah.
I admire that ambition. So
Thank you.
yeah. So how did you get your start in this? I know you went to Baylor University for film, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you graduated in the year 2020. You told me that before, but how did you go from school during the pandemic to now being your own boss?
After school, I started making TikToks, because it was right when the pandemic happened. So I wasn't able to use film equipment at school anymore. So I was just making little videos on my phone. Then, luckily I blew up, and ever since then, I've just kind of been working towards where I'm at right now. Like, I've been working to get to the point where I could use the TikTok as just like my job, you know, and I don't have to slave away for Amazon like I was doing when I first moved out here, or you know, drive Uber like I was doing before I moved out here. Now I can just focus on making TikToks, making Everybody Hates Kyle, making the things that I want to make. And it took a little bit, and it's definitely balls. Like it took a lot of guts too. But yeah, you know, I just realized, like, if I didn't cut out the whole 9 to 5 thing, then I would really be hurting myself. So, and honestly, ever since I did cut it out and just started working for myself, my career has just shot up.
When you were working at Amazon and, you know, working in different 9 to 5 jobs, I'm sure it was stressful having as big of a creative dream as you have, you know, but let's talk about some of the challenges that you faced then working those jobs and wanting to be where you are today.
I tried to do the whole 9 to 5 thing, like office job. So I got a job at State Farm, and you know, sat in front of the computer for 9 hours a day, 6 days a week. Oh my gosh, like as a creative, that is so painful. So I'm just sitting there like I would literally just be writing stories and stuff like on my notepad. And I had the job for about 2 months before I told myself, like, if I keep this job, like it's gonna send me into like a deep, dark depression. So I quit it. Well, I bought a new car, quit it, and just started working for Uber. And I liked working for Uber. It was cool. I just can't imagine doing it nowadays. But back then, like, because I did that last year for an entire year. And then when I moved out here to Georgia, I wanted to do it as well. But I was too nervous to not have like a steady income. So I started working for Amazon. And then Amazon started making it too difficult to make my TikToks and to make this Everybody Hates Kyle thing. So I just quit it. Before I was really making enough money to quit it, I just quit it and started working like crazy hard. And then that allowed me to be in the position that I'm in now. So I don't really have to, I guess, like stress or anything as much as I used to.
I mean, it's so inspiring to hear you were writing at work during your 9 to 5. I don't know if you understand how many millennials, Gen Z, like probably everybody from all across the generations relate to that sentiment, you know, wanting to be creative and having that creative spark just kind of killed, you know, during, you know, a job that you don't want to be at. So definitely inspiring to hear you just, I don't know, was it easy to kind of just quit?
The plan was to go to LA and just quit my 9 to 5 and just work a crap ton for Uber and then move out there. And my dad was not with that. You know, he was like, "No, you need to get yourself a job. You got a job at State Farm now. So get your, get your licenses and then just have them. And then if you want to go play with your dreams and try to be an actor, sure, go do that. But at least you have you have something to fall back on." And so my dad's very traditional, and you know, obviously I couldn't even do 2 months of a job like that. So I had to get out of there. So I lied. I made up a lie. I made up a lie. I was just, you know, I came up with some elaborate lie, and I think it all worked. I probably just exposed myself right now. Hopefully they're not watching this, but yeah. So I lied and got out of it. And my dad and I didn't really like. He was kind of upset that I did that. That I moved, and he was, he didn't want me to do what I was doing. Like I was living on somebody's living room floor, like trying to go to LA. I can see it. I get it. And like nowadays I have the TikTok behind me. So you have all these people that in the comments saying like, "We love what you do," but I didn't have that back then. So my dad wasn't really able to see the talent that was within me. So he just didn't want me to fail. But it was really hard, but I did it, you know, I said, screw it. And I did it.
Let's talk about the TikToks you were making in the beginning.
Yeah.
Were you always getting engagement on them? I know you've always been funny, I'm sure, but how did you choose to continue working in that? And like, how did you choose comedy? You know, how did you know that those were the areas for you?
I never saw myself being like a social media comedian, but I really liked a lot of people. So I think I just wanted to there was a couple comedians that I really idolized, like social media comedians. So I started like trying to make videos like them. And then like, I remember there was a creator that I was messaging, and I sent him a video of his, that I recreated. And, you know, he was like, I think he had responded to it. And I was like, now I'm going to try to write my own stuff, you know? And I just remember him saying like, yeah, man, that's a whole different ball game right there, but good luck. And I just slowly came into it. I started writing my own stuff. It wasn't very funny. I don't know. It was kind of like therapy. Like if I make a relatable video about like something that I don't like about people, or something that was really embarrassing to me, I don't know. If I can make a video about it and have other people in the comments talk about, oh, that happens to me, or, oh, this is so relatable. You know, it tells me that I'm not the only person that thinks like this. It tells me that, you know, I don't know. And then at the same time, like, so it's like a shared relief for me, but the fact that I'm able to provide that for the viewers as well.
That's awesome. So I immediately thought of Jordan Peele. Do you take any inspiration from his work, or hope to?
So the type of films that he make is what I used to try to make when I was in college. Like really mind-bending stuff that's just like super twisty and you never saw that coming. It's like, oh, he's a genius. I've always wanted to be like that. But I just realized my brain doesn't write like that. My brain writes relatable stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's powerful though, because there's so much value in realizing who you are, and to be like, oh, I kind of just created what I do and who I am authentically, and didn't pull from any other. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know it's authentic. So that's really cool, actually.
I very recently started realizing how important it is to not try to compare yourself to other people as a creator. Like if you're a normal person, whatever, but like as a creator, if you want to be big, I really believe you should not try to compare yourself to somebody else. You can say I'm inspired by this person or this person, but saying like I'm like the next this, why? You know, it's like you're already putting yourself below somebody.
Making those videos in the beginning, were there any people who didn't believe in your path to success? Were there any people who kind of were naysayers?
Everybody. What? Nah, it was like it was 25 people that liked my videos before I got big. The same exact 25 people. Every single video. Those were my 25 supporters. Those were the only people who I probably had about 2,000 followers after college, you know, but about 25 people who consistently liked my videos and watched my videos because they believed that I was actually going to go somewhere with it. And when I first started making the videos, I did have a few people comment like, hey man, you need to get on TikTok, or you need to post these on Twitter. You're going to blow up. And you know, like I said, I really didn't believe that I was that good back then. So I didn't believe it, but I just did it anyways. It was just about 25 people that liked my stuff. And it was honestly more people that I didn't really know. Like my closest friends didn't really repost or support my stuff. I didn't get mad at them at the same time though. Like, you know, I understood. That's kind of an example of Texas. Like they're like kind of getting annoyed by the fact that I'm trying to be different from everybody else. So a lot of people didn't really believe that I was going to make it. No, a lot of people didn't believe. And then I'll see like those same people like try to use my name nowadays or something like that. So that's why I just tell people like it's very different. I know, I see it. A lot of people don't want to start making videos, and they don't want to start putting their work out there for everybody to see because they feel like this is not why everybody followed me in the first place. But it's like, screw those people. Every single person who wants to unfollow you, you don't want them following you anyways. You know what I'm saying? So just do what you want to do and stop caring about what other people think. Because yes, you are going to lose followers, but you don't want those people anymore.
I think you hear so many influencers and artists who are as successful as you are, you know, say, keep pushing, everyone's got talent. But like, what does it actually look like what do those struggles actually look like in the beginning? How do you push past that? All the haters and all the naysayers, you know?
I've always known that I'm gonna make it big. Like I've always known that. For me, it's not really faith, it's more of a vision. So it wasn't I didn't feel really self-conscious putting stuff out there because it was like, I know I'm talented and I know I'm more talented than you. Like you can't do this if you tried to do it. So it wasn't like I was feeling embarrassed putting my stuff out there.
Yeah, in your breakthrough viral video, you coined the term "gots to see it through," my boy.
Gots to see it through, my boy.
Can you talk about how you came up with that?
So Philip Hudson was one of the comedians that I think I told you about earlier, that I really idolized social media, like some social media comedians. I just found some of them really, really funny. And Philip Hudson was one of them. And he has been saying "gots to see it through, my boy" for about 2 years now. Like he has been saying that in his videos. That was kind of like his thing. So before I started making videos on my own, before I started writing my own stuff, I kind of like was recreating some of like Lampo's videos and stuff like that. I wanted to get on that page that he was reposting people on. So I took the "gots to see it through, my boy" phrase that he uses and made my own skit around that, just to, you know, like, yes, can still go on your page, but it's still me a little bit, you know, so it's got a little flavor to it. No intentions to blow up or anything like that, but everybody was telling me like, you need to start putting yourself on other media platforms. So I just did it. I just took all the videos that were on my Instagram and just posted them on every other app. And I ended up posting the "gots to see it through, my boy" video without tagging Lampo on TikTok or Philip Hudson. I should have tagged him, but I didn't know like what I was doing back then. So the video ended up blowing up, like going crazy. And all these people were like, yo, but that's Philip Hudson's line. And I was like, oh my God, because like as a comedian, I've never been okay with people stealing people's jokes. So I was like, I do not want y'all to think that I took his stuff with no credit or anything like that. So I was like, just so y'all know, like, "gots to see it through, my boy," that's Lampo saying, all right? That's him, you know? I even made like a video trying to clarify it for people because the sound was going crazy. So I was like, a lot of y'all don't know, but "gots to see it through, my boy," that's Philip Hudson, okay? And he's kind of the comedian who like inspired me to start making my own videos. So y'all show him love. And then people kind of like started thinking that like that's his video and that I just took his sound. Or like some people thought that he had a video just like that and I just recreated it my own way, which is not true. It's not true. Like the video blew up for a reason. It's because of the script and the delivery. But at the same time, the video would have never gone if I didn't have that line. So it's more of like a 50-50 thing. And I kind of like always wanted to collab with Philip on that, especially because he was the comedian who got me into this.
Can you tell us, is there a formula for a viral video for social media success?
Yeah, I mean, so there's like certain things that will give your video a better chance of going viral. And it's just little details. It's small, little details. People who know how to edit will go viral on TikTok. If you have any experience in editing, or if you have the intuition of an editor, then you're probably going to go viral on TikTok because those little details matter so much. Camera angles, the little smudge on the camera, the glare from the sun, background noise, the wind hitting the mic. It's just like little tiny things like that will stop a video from going viral. So every single thing needs to be on 10. Every single thing needs to be perfect. And if you let something slide, then you're basically, I don't know, like you're not giving yourself the best chance to blow up.
For those of you who haven't seen it yet, Warren has been working on his very own series, Everybody Hates Kyle, which is coming out soon. And the pilot episode is available to watch now. So yeah, Kyle is this awkward college kid who just can't seem to fit in. So I'd love to know how you channeled this character, both when writing and also when acting, since you play him.
Yeah, it's just whatever happens to me in my real life, I kind of take something like that and then blow it up, like I'll exaggerate it. And that's what happens to Kyle. Even though a similar version of that, just like, I guess with like, not as heavy, like that happened to me. So it's really, I'm just pulling from real life experiences. That's really all that I do.
you started working toward your dream within just 3 months of moving to Atlanta, Georgia. So how did you meet the right people and find the courage to, you kind of talked a bit earlier about pushing past the fear, and you kind of already knew you had it in you to do this, but yeah, how'd you meet the right people?
I was reached out to by the Bro Code, which is a creative group out here that has around like 9 million followers. So when they reached out to me, I was like, oh yeah, that's dope. I think I only had like 400,000 followers at that time. So they asked me to be on a podcast, and I was like, oh yeah, I would love to. Like, that would really help me. So I went over there and met with them in Kennesaw, and we vibed like immediately. So I ended up joining that group. I had a comedy show at the Vortex, my first stand-up comedy gig. And basically a third of the audience was all there for me. It was just them and all the people that they brought. And that was my first time like experiencing a whole support group. A lot of the people that I met out here, a lot of people that I know out here stem from them. Like, if it's not them that's working on my stuff, then it's someone that they introduced me to. You're supposed to exhaust all your options when you're trying to get something that you want. And I've always had these ideas. Like, I have great ideas. I can write like crazy. I can direct really well, but I don't have equipment. And that's always been a struggle for me. I knew I'm out here in a city where there's a crap ton of independent filmmakers. So I just, why not just go on Facebook groups like Independent Filmmaking of Atlanta or like Actors of Atlanta or whatever, and just like see if someone's down to create. Like, if you're down to create for free, there's got to be other people out there who are itching to create for free as well.
Aside from what you're doing now, is there anything else you were doing if you weren't in the film and TV industry? Or is this the only thing?
Yeah, so this kind of goes back to what I was saying a minute ago. There's nothing else that I could see myself doing. There's nothing else. I don't even want to get dark or anything like that, but I could never, ever, 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 ever see a life where I'm not doing this.
It's a deep-rooted dream, and that's valid.
I could never, I don't know, it's so weird. But I also know, like, when I was in high school, I was a freshman when I decided I want to be an actor. I was good at, like, I was making people laugh in my theater class. So I was like, okay, I've got to figure out some sort of career where I don't have to like use my brain or anything like that. So I just clung to acting. Fun fact, only because I didn't want to do anything hard.
That's hilarious, actually.
Yeah. I just realized this too the other day. Like, I just realized that. Like, because for a while I was telling people like, oh no, the reason I want to be an actor is so that I could, because I know I'm amazing at it. So I could, I have a good chance of becoming an influential person and being able to inspire the younger generation and think, no, it's not like that. It's just because I was scared to do a regular job.
Yeah. No, you're not alone in that. I've seen so many TikToks where it's just like, I'm too smart to labor, or I'm too beautiful to labor. I'm too fun to labor. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Gen Z and the millennial generation are very much aware that like we possess a lot of power, a lot of energy, like that we don't want to be exploited. We don't want that energy to go to a corporate company. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So yeah, I love that. That's hilarious. So yeah, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
10 years, that's 35. So my path is I want to become a household actor name like Will Smith. Everybody knows me as the best actor, right? One of the best actors. A-lister, and then transition into directing at a younger age, but not too, so kind of like what Jonah Hill is doing nowadays, you know what I'm saying? Or Ethan Hawke. Go from being a great actor to being a great director. And at 35, I think I'll probably be transitioning from the actor Warren to the director Warren. I think that's where I'll be.
And it is, so it shall be. I should start calling this question the manifestation moment, because every time I ask people this question, I'm just like in the back of my head, like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So keep saying it out loud.
Whenever we talk about things like this, we should always just believe it.
Yeah, very well said. So yeah, we're almost done with our questions, but I would love to know. You wear many hats, but are there any other quirks that the people don't know about that you have? Any other talents, special skills?
Yeah, I sing. A lot of people don't know I sing. I cook. I'm a little chef. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll also destroy you on the court. You know, basketball court. So those are probably like the three things about me that is not known, but everything else I really put out there.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Is there a reason you don't put your singing out there?
Oh, I don't know. I've always actually liked keeping the singing thing just for like my close people, you know, like my friends, my very close friends, and like my girlfriends or something like that. It's more of like, oh snap, I didn't know that was there. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to like, plus I don't like people who just like be singing all the time on their stuff. It's like, bro, calm down. Like, okay, we get it. You got a voice.
Lastly, how can the people watching continue to support you aside from just, you know, liking your videos online, and what else can we do to support your work?
You know, a great way, if you guys want to support, is go hit up that GoFundMe that I have in my landing page, in my bios. Because yeah, everything for Everybody Hates Kyle comes out of my pocket. I don't pay my crew and I don't pay my actors. So because of that, I don't ask anybody to buy anything. And I spend about $500 every weekend on these shoots. So we could really use some donations. It would be much appreciated.
Yeah, y'all go support. It's such a good show. And they can watch on Vimeo and YouTube, right? Or is it?
Yeah, you can watch the pilot on YouTube, and we'll be, if you want to stay tuned for like little sneak peeks of what is going to be happening throughout the season, you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram, because I will be putting little clips from the funny scenes on both of those platforms.
Okay. Yeah. Y'all go watch and support because it's funny. But yeah, that has been all of our questions and we're almost done. But now I have a game. You ready, Warren?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Round one. So would you rather have no one laugh at any of your jokes or not be able to laugh at anyone else's jokes?
Not be able to laugh at anybody else's jokes. That's so easy.
Why? Why that one?
Well, first of all, I don't really find many people funny nowadays anyways. So that's kind of how it is. So it would suck if people didn't laugh at my jokes. Like that's literally where I get my happiness from. Like I get a jolt of like dopamine whenever I say a joke and make people laugh, essentially because like I just manipulated your emotions to exactly how I knew I was going to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's a great feeling. Like I literally I knew I was going to make you do that. It's a great feeling. So if I do something with intention and I don't get what I thought I was going to get, that would suck. And that's literally the basis of who I am. So it's 100%. I would prefer to not be able to laugh at anybody else's jokes.
Okay. I don't know if that's what I expected you to say, but that makes so much sense because this is your career on the line. Okay. So you ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would you rather always stink but not know it, or always smell a stinky smell that no one else can smell?
Oh, I always smell a stinky smell. I know this because then I'll get used to that stinky smell, and I'll say we good. But that would be, oh gosh, when people like thinking that I stink without me even knowing that they think that would, that's cringy to even think about.
Yeah, so that would be miserable. But what if the smell that you smell all the time like changes every day?
Oh, so I never get used to it?
No.
We're just something we have to deal with.
Valid. Okay, I would go with that one too, I think, because are you ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So would you rather get millions of views on all of your digital content or always have sold out comedy shows and movie premieres?
Always have sold out comedy shows and movie premieres. I could give a about this social media stuff. I'll be straight up with you.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing everything that it's given me, but like this was never ever the plan. Like you know, it's helping me get to where like it's helping me get to this, like having sold out comedy shows and movie premieres. It's helping me, but this is this because this is I'm there right now where I get millions of views on all my digital content. I'm there, and look at me still striving for the latter or the always have sold out comedy shows and movie premieres. Like that's the end goal. So 100%.
Awesome. That's so cool. You'll get there. Yeah. Ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would you rather have everyone you know be able to read your thoughts, or have everyone you know have access to your internet history?
Internet history. I'm not hiding anything. I don't care. What the hell? What the hell? I don't want y'all to know what's going through my mind. Hell no, y'all.
You gotta explain that one.
y'all are no, I have some crazy thoughts. Like y'all put me in a mental asylum if you knew what was going through my head. But the internet access, I don't like the most embarrassing thing y'all would find on my internet access is the weird questions that I ask Google. You know, I just have random thoughts throughout the day that I just Google, and that would be embarrassing. Like if y'all looked at that, but so what? We're definitely going with that one.
I mean, okay, I have to ask, what are the thoughts like on a day-to-day that would get you put in an insane asylum?
This is weird. Like I've really, my mind goes, crazy. It's like if you put like a bouncy ball in a small little box, you know what I'm saying? You just watch that ball like go all over the place for hours. That's like my thoughts. So you would not be able to keep up with, like if my thoughts was just like on speaker, it would sound really weird. Like we'd be talking about one thing and then the very next word would be talking about a whole different subject. And you wouldn't really even understand it until later. You wouldn't want to get in my head. You wouldn't want to get in my head.
That's hilarious. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Would you rather never had gone viral, or have every day of your life be exactly like your character Kyle and everybody hates Kyle?
That is me. Like every day of your life be exactly like your character and everybody. Okay, essentially, so Kyle lives in my worst nightmare. Like his world is what I fear the most. So like when I because I have pretty bad social anxiety. So like when I stick my hand out to shake somebody's hand or to dap them up, I'm gonna immediately think like, what if they don't dap me up? Or what if they don't see me? And then other people are gonna see me, and then it's super embarrassing. But like the worst case scenario in that, like if I throw my hands up or to dap somebody up and they just stare at me with conviction, like they hate me, like why would you even think that I want to dap you up? That would probably be the worst thing that could happen to me. And then everybody around me laughing at me and kicking me out of the function for even thinking that I could get a dap from this guy. That's like the extreme of what goes through my mind before I even reach my hand out to dap people. But a lot of people have these thoughts, and that's why people don't introduce themselves to people sometimes, and they just stand there shy. You know, it's because they are afraid of how people are going to react to that. It's like that for me. The only thing is, I take the worst type of exaggeration of a moment like that and put Kyle into that world. So like every single thing that happens to Kyle is the worst that I could imagine. You know what I'm saying? That situation, if I was in that situation. So it's my worst nightmare. So it's essentially would I rather have never gone viral or live in my worst nightmare?
It's a hard one.
Yeah, that is a hard one. Me going viral had nothing to do with like it has nothing, it's helping me in my path to what I really, really want. And it's making that path like amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to work a 9 to 5 while I go after an acting career. That's awesome. So, you know, that's great. But at the same time, if I hadn't gone viral, I would still be the actor and director that I plan to be. So I guess I would rather have never gone. No. No, because.
What's it gonna be?
Ah, that's hard. That's a good question. That's a really good question.
I was reading it like I don't even know what I would choose.
All right, I think I had to say, nah, I'm living my dream right now. Like, this is amazing. No, I had to say Everybody Hates Kyle.
What? Yeah. I was totally not expecting you to go with that one.
Nah, I'll live in my worst nightmare, because you know what? It really doesn't matter at the end of the day, because what we are going to find out at the end of Everybody Hates Kyle is that it doesn't matter what these other people think about you. Really
okay.
So
nice little spoiler.
Yeah. I mean, I would just have to learn that it doesn't matter what other people think about you. Yeah. If that was my real life. So yeah, so I'm gonna go with.
Wow, good answer. At first I was hoping you would go for the other one because you were onto something. You were like, you know, no matter what, if I had gone viral or not, I'd still be who I am. And that's true, you know, but I think there's a level of gratefulness that you have for how your path has worked out. So, but now, y'all better tune in, watch Everybody Hates Kyle, because now I'm looking forward to the end, because maybe it won't be so bad after all.
Maybe not. Like everybody wants Kyle to finally win, and he wins at the last. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to show y'all. But yeah, he wins.
Yeah. That was so fun. Really good question to end the game, for sure. And left us at an amazing point where I can tell everybody for the 500th time to go watch the pilot of Everybody Hates Kyle. And maybe by the time this is out, you guys can watch the full series. But we'll see what happens. You know, I'm rooting for you. So this has been amazing. Thank you for sitting down and talking to me, Warren.
Thank you for having me. This was really cool. This was awesome.